Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. Hi, everyone, and Happy New Year. I'm in
We're
a
back
different
from
location. Where,
hiatus.
some of us are still on vacation.
Oh, where are you? Wow, look at that upholstery. Is that a sewing down south pillow over there on that couch?
Yes, it is. How did you know? I
Ah, I
wish. I
just I
wish.
just
I'm
know.
on a secret location.
That's amazing. I love
I
it.
know it is, but it's cold everywhere in the country. It doesn't seem to matter where you are. The
Ah,
weather's not
see, you
great.
gave it away that you're in the US. I was hoping you were gonna
Oh,
say
you thought I was in
Timbuktu.
Saint-Tropez or something
Maybe.
interesting like that? Well, I've decided that the word of the week for all housewives is weaponization because everybody is weaponizing each other.
Can I give everyone a little secret
Of
or tell them a
course.
secret? We all weaponize things daily against. If it's not against someone
Isn't
we
that
care
the
about,
truth?
it's about like the guy that works at the bodega or the person that makes your coffee. There's always something that we scrub up, some dirt that we use to
On
weaponize.
someone
Yeah,
somewhere.
just naturally.
Anyways, thank God for Avi and for Dorit's kids because
Thank
they give
God
this
for
show
Avi's
life.
30 pounds 40 pounds that he lost. I'm just so
I know
happy.
he looks great, and every time you turn
Oh,
around, he's there.
correction. Ovs.
Avs, is that his name? Avs.
That's what Sutton
I
goes,
mean, I
Obs.
do
Ooh,
love
you scared
him.
me. That's what she said.
I wish I had an Avi.
You could.
Yeah, I probably could. I don't know. I don't know. I think I get annoyed with people easily.
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
Avi would annoy me after about 3 days. Be like
the thing about
company.
Avi that I actually think you'd be surprised about, because I actually think that he isn't that way. Like,
Oh, that this is his show persona?
I think that he actually probably helps Sutton like build her businesses and does like all of her appearance. Like, I think he's
Oh,
more of
you
like
don't think he's actually just the clothing
I don't think he's a fool.
valet?
I think that he does a lot for her. He reminds me of the guy I worked for that was Jill Zarin's manager. Like, because you could say that he kind of did personal things for her too, and like was in and around, but he also like now is a big like celebrity manager, like and does like big brand deals and all that. And I think he learned it with Jill.
This
And
looks
I think
ugly.
Ovs is in the same boat.
You think so? So you think
Yeah.
Avi is going to be a manager
I don't
someday?
know. Maybe he'll just I don't know.
Covering my mic, everybody. Not that you didn't know I was
Yeah,
doing it.
while live and on air.
You think, hey, I'm on vacation. You're lucky I logged in.
We have to
No,
say
no, no, no,
for
wait. Our viewers aren't lucky I logged in. I only did this for them. Not
oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
I'm here for them more
Got it.
than
Love it.
you know what I mean.
You're here for they, them, and not for me. I get it. So,
It's sort of exactly. No, because
what
I
I will
haven't
say
seen
is,
you. I haven't seen you.
Garcelle, they showed more of Garcelle's beach house.
Yes.
Like, it's really cool. She did a good job with it. I will tell everyone because we're obviously in today, not when they filmed this. I did check, and her house is not in the path of any of the current fires.
Oh, well, that's
So
good to
that's
know
good
in
because
Malibu because a
I
lot of
can't,
celebrities.
yeah, I couldn't
I
stomach
can
a Garcelle crying photo video, but I have to say, do you think that this is a serious question? I don't even think I asked you this offline. Do you think that Bravo has picked up cameras for Beverly Hills because of what's going on in California?
I don't know, but I know Paris's house in Malibu, Paris Hilton's house. Um, it was destroyed.
Yeah, I know. I loved it when she shared how sad she was from her New York penthouse.
Well, I mean,
A house is a
that
house is a house. Personal memories are personal memories. Doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, in the middle. It does not matter. It's a house is
well,
a house is a
no,
house.
no, it does matter.
It
It
does when it
does.
comes to
It's
rebuilding, but
still
not about
your
the
home
sentimental
and
value.
everything like that. I understand. But I personally believe the tragedy is much worse for someone who doesn't have the means to just take off and go stay in their New York penthouse
Yeah,
while
like
they
one of the homeless
rebuild.
people in Runyon Canyon where
Yeah.
they lost where they were sleeping and they don't even have insurance. There's a lot of homeless people in some of these woods. They lost where they're living too.
My God, I'm
It's the
just gonna
truth.
go
People keep
right
saying
over
that. It's the truth.
that.
And the wild animals, the poor wild
I
animals.
feel bad for the horses. People have ranches
Yeah.
and everything. That's really, really sad.
So
How about just all the houses that just evaporated
I know.
literally in a
I
matter
know.
of minutes and they weren't home, the people, and their pets might have been. That makes me sad.
I just hope that Vanderpump nothing goes near that beauty.
Oh no, she said she was fine. People who are fine have come on and said thanks. Oh, PK did. PK posted that he's fine and the Kensleys are fine.
My
So
question is he still staying at the Beverly Hill at the
I
Beverly Hills
heard it's
Hilton?
packed. I
It's
heard if
packed with
you,
celebrities.
yes, I heard if you want to see celebrities, go to the Beverly Hills Hilton right now.
Yeah, which is normal, but
Yeah.
right now more than ever because
More
they're
than
all
ever.
staying
The
there.
montage too. The montage gets filled with celebrities.
Did you hear about Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt's
Yeah,
house?
their place went up in
If you
flames.
really want to see bad plastic surgery cry for hours, just go onto Heidi's Instagram. It's so fake. You can tell. I
Oh,
hate to say it. I'm sorry, Heidi. Come after me.
I want to tell you back in the day when Justin was with who was he Justin with? Selena Go no, no, was it who was he with? Selena Gomez?
No, Britney Spears.
No, Justin?
Timberlake?
No, Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah. Selena Gomez, yeah.
Yeah, it was Selena Gomez. I saw them in the courtyard outside the montage. I had just gone to dinner, was coming back to the hotel, and I'm like, I think that's Justin
You were like,
Bieber.
baby, baby,
No, they
baby.
were in a
Oh.
deep, heated conversation, and like 1 or 2 days
Ooh.
later, it was their breaking up. I witnessed it. Go back and look,
Oh.
everybody. They were right there at the montage in the courtyard breaking up. Anyways, I
Before
hope
or after
Justin's.
Diddy ruined his life.
Oh my God, I think it was in part of it. I loved that Rachel and Shalom, Dorit's parents.
Yeah.
I love that she went on and on about the peaches,
Oh, yeah.
talking about them like she thinks her mother went to the farm stand and then
Yeah.
she went, I got them from Costco. Oh, Costco. I love that
Yeah.
because, Dorit is all fancy pants.
Well, a lot of
And
people in Southern California go to farmers markets and all that.
yeah,
So,
right. But
yeah.
no, the best peaches are at Costco.
Costco. I
Just
love that.
remember that, everybody. All right, go ahead.
What about Garcelle telling the story of her son and like how she wouldn't let him in the
Horrible.
house? It was, but you know what? Like it's I give her a lot of credit.
It's hard to just keep the light off
Wow. I mean,
on the
she looked like
porch.
she was in pain
Yes.
telling that. Like we see these things that going off of what I said about Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, like
Yeah.
we see these people share emotions on social media publicly. And then you watch someone like Garcelle tell that story and you're like, wait a minute, she like is saying it because she knows she should and it's her truth and it's her life and she's on a reality show.
Right.
But you can feel like the pain coming from her every
Of
single
course. I
sentence.
mean, just because they're rich doesn't mean they don't have emotions. They love their kids.
No,
They
but also it
still,
just was like there's a lot of I think people capitalize off of like other people's issues and like you could tell she like probably didn't want to share that, but she knew she needed to because it was so important to share what
yes,
they've been
but
through.
when did he name the child OJ is what I want to know.
I don't
Because I
know.
think it's a horrible choice of name in Southern California.
I mean, what if the kid gets a little bigger one winter to the next and then needs a new pair of gloves? What do you say? If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. I don't
I know
know.
you just say the gloves don't fit. You cannot put on gloves. Do
Yeah.
you think Camille Grandma, who had her house destroyed in a fire a few years
Oh,
ago,
yes.
she did, and she thought nobody gave her any sympathy for losing everything. I remember that. Um, if I'm not mistaken, Denise Richards had lost her Malibu home a few years ago also.
Okay.
All right. Somebody had horses that were involved. Anyways, do you think Camille loves when anybody calls her to come in for the day?
I think she gets called in for the day all the time. And I think she only goes when she knows she can start trouble.
Oh, because
She's
I
worth
just
so
thought,
much money. They can't pay her anything it's not about the money. It's only about stirring up trouble.
yeah, absolutely. I thought
And I
Camille
love
just
it.
loves when they call her.
I
They
love
do.
it.
Yeah, I do too. I love that you can call on one person, you know that they're going to annoy the rest of
Like,
the
Alexis
cast.
Bellino came back for the money, for the job. She made it known to us that it
Yeah.
was for her career on
Yes,
television.
I know, because she's a celebrity.
But Camille didn't. Camille just came back to talk shit for an episode and she loves it.
That's how bored she
She's
is.
not a friend. She's not getting paid. She's
No,
coming in to do a
she wouldn't
cameo.
need to be paid.
Yeah, she doesn't
No,
care.
she'd be happy. Well, she started on what was it, some MTV dance show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
That's
she
the
did good.
splits. She's a
She
good
did
dancer.
good. She did good. Good for Camille.
One of the best
Um,
scenes ever in Beverly Hills history will be up on the balcony of that club, like season 1 or 2, when Camille's swinging her
oh yeah,
hair
yeah, doing
and
it in front of
grinding
all
back
the
and forth in
husbands.
front of all the husbands.
Yeah, yeah, on purpose. You know what I mentioned this before a couple of episodes ago. I've noticed that they never were without full makeup before.
Yeah.
And now it seems like almost mandatory that their hair's up and they're in a robe and they're, "Hello, Camille. Hi. Oh,
Yep.
hello.
Yep.
Hello, Erica. Oh, yes. Oh, we're twinnies." I mean, it's almost in and of itself
Yeah.
scripted.
Yeah, and then you have on like Salt Lake where like Heather and Whitney, when they go to do the water aerobics, they're like they've been on the show since season 1, so they um put their glam on. And then you have poor Angie, who's only 2 years, and she shows up the way she rolled out of bed because she's like, "We're going in the water." And I was like, so not everyone gets it
Not
though.
everyone. Okay, I want to
Go
know,
look at
and
my
if I
notes.
offend anybody, that's what you're here for. Um, is Kesha a lesbian too?
I don't know.
Because it just seems to me like Kyle is going down the list. Don't you think it was sort of weird that she showed
No,
up?
let me tell you why I don't think it's true. One of my clients is in their group of
What
friends.
isn't true?
Like one of my clients who's a straight woman is part of their little clique,
Okay,
Kyle and Kesha.
and
And
she's
she's straight.
straight too.
Yeah.
Oh, no. So I don't know if I
I don't
didn't
think
know
so.
if Kyle is just collecting
I think
lesbian
Kyle learned her
musicians.
lesson of bringing a lesbian on the Housewives and then having to address whether or not she's one.
Do you think she is?
No.
You don't. You don't think
No.
Kyle and
No.
Morgan are a couple ever?
No, I think Morgan was convenient for Kyle.
Oh, so Morgan was being used.
But it
Oh,
benefited Morgan. I guarantee she has more iTunes
no, maybe,
purchases,
maybe, maybe, maybe.
downloads.
Um, I'm kind of over that at every episode there's an event they're going to. It
So
seems
what do you
pretty
want them to do? Play tiddlywinks at the pool?
no, I just want them to, I kind of just want them to be like old school when they went to like Palm Springs and sat around the fire pit.
We need to get over or get through this Kyle and Dorit bullshit. It's
Yeah, maybe
giving me
that's it.
really, really
I almost
it
have a little anxiety from it.
it's giving me Teresa Melissa vibes.
Oh,
Where they're gonna
ooh.
create such a wedge in the cast.
Oh, that they won't be filming either.
Now
Oh,
I think they
mm.
both it's different because they're not family, their kids aren't close. Like it's so different. But I just hope that all the Housewives franchise actually learn something from New Jersey
Oh
of
yeah,
like
that don't let it
Bravo
go
is
too
not going to
far.
accommodate your boundaries.
Yeah, right. True.
You
That's
need to
true.
accommodate
Yeah,
theirs.
yeah. Do you know the history of the Viper Room?
I don't really.
Okay, well, Johnny Depp used to hang out there, and
Okay.
Garcelle talked about making out with him one night. And if I'm not mistaken, and somebody tell me if I am, I believe it was outside the Viper Room that River Phoenix had an overdose and died in the street. And that
Oh,
sort of like killed in a
let me
weird
check and
way
see.
the Viper Room. It became like it was like a hot place. There was a lot of drugs, rock and roll. It was a very rock and roll place. And River Phoenix died outside it. He overdosed on the street, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
October 3rd. Oh,
What year was that? How far back is my memory going?
1993.
River Phoenix
20
died
He was
30.
23 years old in 1993.
He died 30 years ago, River Phoenix?
Yeah, time goes
Oh,
by
that's
fast.
sad that I can remember
Halloween
that.
1933.
I don't know where I went to dinner last night, but I can remember 1993. Yeah, River
On the
Phoenix.
30th anniversary of his death, his mother, Arlen Hart Phoenix, shared a
Yeah.
photo of her late son and honored his caring nature.
He did have an overdose, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
outside the
yeah, he
Viper
did.
Room.
Yeah, at the Viper Room. Johnny Depp was there that night and everything else. Every time I see what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix. You know
Yes.
it's his brother.
Hmm.
Yeah, I always think of River. He was a good
Mm.
little actor. Anyways, I don't know. I got up that. We saw a Bose. I said it right. Aren't you
You
proud?
said it right. I'm so proud of you.
I liked what her beau said,
Oh, I didn't
and
like
he was like,
her scene with her boyfriend though. It was she didn't even like it. You could tell that they like had to do this scene. He didn't even
"Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be
yeah." But
there.
he's right. At a certain age, you only date for marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Like if he's looking for a relationship, don't waste your time. This is my PSA. Don't waste your time on people who, and nothing's going to happen with them.
I like that he's filming. I'm so done with these people that don't like to film, like the boyfriends. Uba's
Oh, but
part of
does
that.
anybody
And like,
anybody in Hollywood not want to film? It seems like in New York they don't want to film, but only because they're in finance.
I mean, even Tom Girardi, who had a closet with so many skeletons in it, it
Yeah,
wasn't
he
even
wishes
funny.
they never
He
filmed.
still filmed. And he was the one that really shouldn't have.
Yeah, totally. Now, do you think that okay, should PK and Kyle text? Is it okay or not?
It's a very hard conversation because I think that it's more if Kyle and Dorit were good, no. Because I think then Kyle would have to pick a side.
Oh,
But I don't think that Kyle is overly texting with PK, and she's clearly not overly texting with Dorit. And so I just think that she's being very surface level with both of them, and that's what she's doing as she deals
I
with a very heavy situation herself.
I will say this. I wouldn't. That's me.
Okay.
I don't even text my brother-in-laws or anything. Okay. None of this is anything. Yeah. But and which reminds me, I
I
never
think one of
text.
them's probably okay with that. The
Yeah,
one I
I'm
know
sure.
pretty
I
well.
don't have their
No, just
number
because he don't
anyways.
text any people either.
Yeah, I
So
don't know his
my
number.
dad, that's what Peeps, that's what we're
Oh, your
talking about.
father?
Yeah.
Your father I should have texted the other
You
day
would
and
text
wish.
with him if you needed to. You wouldn't be like
No,
afraid
you
to,
know
but
what?
you wouldn't
His
be like,
birthday was
hey,
the other
how's it
day. Is it
going?
too late to text him now? It was his birthday and I forgot to text him. Is it too late now to text? A
No,
couple of days after?
no.
I should just forget it, right? That it was his birthday, your father's?
Has he ever texted you on yours?
Yes, but only because I text him first. So this is a way he doesn't have to ever text me
Exactly.
again.
There you go. You didn't
Yeah,
have to.
there we go. Okay, there's one less thing I got to do in life. Um, I think that if they're friends,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Even during the divorce?
If Kyle and PK had texted each other prior to
Oh, got it, got it,
PK
got it,
and
got it. Yeah.
Dorit separating, this isn't new texting going on. This is the relationship they've always had where they send each other funny
Yes.
memes.
And
And
I
it
think it would be
could
more
be,
weird if they stopped.
well, I just think if they were texting before, it's no big deal. They still text each other, especially if it's just crazy memes.
And the
If
other part
it's,
is no, it's not like he cheated on Dorit. That's the other thing too. We have to remember if PK had an affair, I could see why Dorit would be like, I don't want people talking to him, like what Lala did on Vanderpump, right? Where she was
yeah,
like, this is really intense. There's kids involved. We're going through a custody battle. If you want to be in my inner circle and you want to know about me, you don't have a relationship with him. But
right.
we have seen Dorit film with PK. They've had very amicable conversations
So far, not
so
anymore. They
far.
had a 4 hour session and he said he stormed out. This is why I want a divorce from this woman.
Yeah, I get that. But before that, it was very amicable. And that's how Dorit was sharing it with the other women,
Right.
was that they were just, whereas I look at Kyle and Mauricio and I'm like, they're not texting every day, I'm sure. They're not, they have created far more of boundaries. And I actually think that down the line, they may get back together.
I do too, because I think they spent Christmas in Aspen with the girls and the
I
whole
think that
bit.
they've been together since they were both very young. I think
Yeah,
they need to evolve as humans. I think if they didn't live in Beverly Hills and they weren't famous, they wouldn't be separated. They'd just be getting through their problems. But I think that in where they are
if
in
they
their
weren't
lives,
wealthy to the point
yes,
they are, where he can go off and do that. I
exactly.
actually both think they're probably in the middle of a little midlife crisis and need to go do their thing for a year or two and get that out of them, and then they'll be
Yeah.
back together. I do too, which is why they've never discussed a divorce.
on television. They don't have these issues. I bet that Kyle texts people Mauricio's friends with. I bet Mauricio texts people Kyle's friends with. But the future of their marriage is not in the same place, in my opinion, as Dorit and PK's.
No, I
They're
think Dorit and PK are over.
completely over. And the reason
Yeah.
why too is he got sober. And
Yeah. That's a
sometimes,
big difference. And
sometimes,
Mauricio's still California sober.
but also, no, he's not. He's not sober at all.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
Yeah.
go. He's
He just
still
likes
drunk.
using
And
pot
no,
and
he's not.
drinking, but he's
He
never
still
had a
drinks.
problem with it.
Right, right.
He's never had a problem with it. So it's like,
But we did, you know what's interesting is did we ever see PK and think, oh, he has a drinking problem?
oh yeah,
When?
all the time.
Oh, you think
He
he was
he looks
drunk
like a
all the
wet
time?
paper towel 24/7. He
Oh,
looks.
I can't remember. Maybe when he asked her about her panties back in
How
the
about just
day,
the way he looks and
Erica.
how he takes care of himself?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
Mauricio's
I
always looked real
honestly,
good. There's
I've
no way
never,
Mauricio's slugging back tons of drinks.
I've never thought to myself, wow, PK's wasted though.
No, maybe not wasted, but like I
That's the
think most.
thing. I don't think we ever saw him like stinking drunk, passed out. We never saw him at the level like we've seen Erica Jane or
Yeah, but most people that
Kim.
get passed out drunk are not alcoholics. That's why they're so willing to show their.
Oh, because you don't know they're drunk?
Yeah, like I mean, most addicts are not walking around wanting people to know they are.
Oh, so most alcoholics, I won't call them drunks, that's derogatory. So
Mm.
most alcoholics are functioning.
I would assume so, and I would also
Oh, that's
assume that
interesting. Oh, okay,
I
so
would
he could
assume
be
that
a
most of them
functioning
are,
alcoholic. Okay, I don't know
take
enough about this. I'll be
ripping a
honest.
nip shot, throwing it away, no one knows. Like, there's this level of
He
like,
could have also been just like a binge drinker, and it was detrimental to his life too.
I think the binge drinking he showed at times on the show, but he was just consistently drinking. I think that like I just think that he didn't. You could tell that there was. I guess looking back on its retroact, like in the past is
As
different
someone
too.
who's sober, what's your
Yeah,
observation?
I just think that he doesn't. I just don't think he looks healthy. Whereas you look at
Oh, okay.
Mauricio and you're like, oh wow, he's like in good shape. And like, so
Yeah.
yes, he drinks and he might have a little too much once in a while, but that's like he doesn't, he's not waking up the next day and being like, oh, let me go to drunk or brunch and keep it going. Like I think he's
Okay.
waking up and he's sweating it off at the gym and then
All
he's
right.
going on with his day.
All right. Um, do you bel do you think that Sutton what do you think of the whole Sutton situation?
I think that Sutton is a good housewife. I
Yes,
don't
I
think she's a
agree.
good friend.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. That's perfect analogy. That is perfect what you said.
She knows the assignment as a housewife
Yeah.
and she knows who pays her
Yeah.
and she knows what the producers want and what Bravo wants. And I think she's also over the hump of not able to receive that same type of treatment.
Okay.
I think she's wired in as an actress on this show and she'll do
Even
whatever
though
she
she's
needs to
never
do.
acted?
Yeah, like this is her job and this is what she's doing and
Okay.
she's not going to be a Teresa or
Interesting.
Melissa. She's not
Mhm.
going to hide away from people. She's not going to and I think for a number of years she was the one that would be like, "Ooh, this is so easy to call out." And she would, not as confidently, not as snarky, not as like direct
Mm.
because she didn't really want to do that because she didn't want people to know about her own things. And
Yeah.
now she's gone through that already. Whereas like we're never gonna hear again Sutton Strack being like, I don't want to be at Magic Mike because I'm on the board of the ballet. Like she wouldn't do that
Yeah.
again. She just wouldn't
Um
go to the show.
I do think it's interesting that I'm just turning off my do not disturb. That when you get somebody as accomplished as like Bose,
Mm,
she brings new eyes into the group. And she's so intelligent
oh yeah.
and so successful and sure of herself, and she's actually ran companies and had people work for her and knows dynamics of personalities. She is, I have to say, she is spot on with every one of these women. And
Yep.
having those fresh eyes on this show right now with her level of directness, because she is a boss. You can
And
tell
she
it.
works, I mean, she ran marketing at Netflix, so she also understands reality television. So she's not like
Celebrities. It's
she,
not like, yeah.
yeah, she's
Hmm.
fit in a very realist way on a
Yes.
reality show that isn't always real. And I
Right.
think that that's very refreshing because it's kind of like what we're seeing on Salt Lake pretty much with the entire cast. And it just shows like how magical, like honestly, I would be nervous for Andy Cohen's life if he changed the Salt Lake cast.
Yeah, it
He
would be
might he
too.
might have a Luigi chasing after him, seriously,
Oh my
because
God.
it's so perfect
Yeah.
that like it would cause a lot of trouble, but they're all a bunch of bows. They know what they're supposed to do. They're being real and authentic, but they're not being too real and authentic that they're not a good fit for TV anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
no, I know
Rebecca
exactly.
Minkoff is
Yeah.
too concerned about what she looks like, how she's acting. Like this is a reality show. It is a circus. So if you think you're walking
Right.
into the boardroom when you know you're walking into the circus, that's
Yeah.
going to be a problem.
Yeah,
But if you
definitely.
but if you're the board chair walking into the circus and you know you're going into a circus, that's what we're seeing with Bose. So it's like
Yeah, I
she
mean, but
knows
she's
how
a
to, yeah.
perfect, probably one of the best additions to a cast. I would say Bronwyn has fit in like she's been there 5 seasons,
How well? I
really.
mean, you'll hear us talk
We'll
about this
talk
in our
about,
Salt
yeah.
Lake recap. But how quick did Bronwyn jump on the bandwagon of going after Brittany the minute that the spotlight wasn't on her?
I mean, the second
Yeah,
she knew. I
but
mean,
that was
that's what
good
I'm
housewife
saying.
because some of
Yeah.
them would break down and be like, I can't say anything because everyone was just yelling at me.
No,
And
no,
that's
no.
why I like Bronwyn is Bronwyn's
Right.
so comfortable being like, but you did this, knowing that they're just going to come back and go, but you did this. And that's what we need more of. And I think Bose is in that place. Now, the day Bose does something wrong, I don't look at Bose being like, attack, attack. I think Bose
Yeah.
being like, yeah, I did that. Well, like, what do you want me
Yeah,
to say?
totally. Yeah, but I think she's a great set of eyes,
Yeah.
fresh eyes on these women, and she knows the psychology of people.
Oh, the personality types.
Yeah, yeah, she knows them, like she's coming right on with Slim Sutton.
Yeah.
That you weaponize and you do this and you always go after who is at the lowest right now. And Sutton does do that. And I think that's a horrible quality of in her.
I think it's part of
When
being on
you
a
go
reality show.
after people when they're down, I don't say you give them a pass. Me, I just ignore them when they're down, but I don't step on them.
No, you don't.
No,
And
no, I just ignore you.
unfortunately, people like that's the thing. I think that Garcelle, for example, is doing a great job ignoring Dorit. She doesn't like Dorit, but she's not jumping in like Sutton is.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And so
yeah.
like I think I agree with you 100% because it's something where unfortunately the easy way is to go after the one that's suffering and that's vulnerable.
That's Sutton,
That's
what
the easy
Sutton
thing.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the easy thing. I agree. So who's your miss?
My mess is for sure either the fact that someone throws a glass or a glass breaks in the next episode, or that the producers are giving us that hope and it's not going to happen. That's
But
my
I can't
ultimate
take, I mean,
mess.
this is like, I don't know how many episodes. It's not much. What was it?
I was
6?
gonna say my messes are a dual Kyle and Dorit mess.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch this anymore. It's becoming exhausting.
Not only that, I'm sick of the to be continued.
Yeah, but I'm just sick of the whole like
Again, to be
another Kyle and
continued, to be
Dorit fight,
continued.
another
Maybe
Kyle
that's
and
what we
Dorit.
should do. Maybe we
Yeah.
should say a review of this episode will be continued
Well,
next
guys, I hate
week.
to tell you this. Our show is always to be continued because you're never gonna listen. In a world that works out naturally, Aunt will go before me and I'll be podding from the funeral. So y'all better be prepared.
You
Buckle
know
up.
what people need to know? I send Andrew all the time, like little memes. I
Yeah.
send you memes all the time of like,
Just like Kyle and PK. We send each
yes,
other
yeah.
memes.
I sent him one this week that said, please, when I die, have a group of like 5 Italians dressed up come and bow at my coffin and go, boss, we're gonna miss you, boss. We're gonna miss you, boss. Just so everybody there wonders what my real story was. Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Isn't that so good?
I think
I
that's
love
great.
that. We got to hire some guys in suits to come in and just
That's
go,
so
boss,
funny.
we're going to miss you, boss. You were the best,
She was the
boss.
best. No, at the wake going around to people. Oh, how do you know her? Oh, you know, she was my boss. Oh,
She-
your boss. Wait, oh yeah, what'd
yeah.
you guys do? Oh, I can't talk about that, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, she's
yeah.
my
I think
boss.
that
Yeah.
would be so much
Love that.
fun. Make
I'll
sure you
make it
do that
happen for
when I
you.
die.
It's on
Okay,
record
good.
now. Bye, guys. Follow us, love us, subscribe us. We'll see you
All
soon.
that. Bye.